Hello everybody, you're here with Oud Beauty and we have another episode of Fragrance. All right, trying my hardest. Very excited today, a little scared because the fragrance today is a bestseller, is a favorite, is one of those things that is like you want your hands on it. There's several in that category that just, is favorite in the crowds and very distinct and very expensive. And so it's luxurious and I haven't smelled it. The bottle is exotic, is to die for. I mean, it's beautiful. It has an eye in the middle and then it's just gold with black. I mean, this fragrance is it, and maybe is the one that Initio got itself known for. And of course, I'm talking about Oud for Greatness from Initio Parfums Prives. So I haven't smelled it. It came in a little sort of, it's not a discovery set because the bottles there are kind of travel size, are like 10 millimeter or something like that. Is it 10 millimeter? I don't know, they're 0.33 ounces. I think it's 10 millimeter, something like that. Ow, 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 just cut myself. Oh, man, the camera makes me nervous. So it's this size. All right, so, wow, I am nervous. Look, I got a boo-boo. You see this little scratch? That just happened from a piece of paper. I mean, you see me scratch all the time from the dogs. But this one I did myself. All right, anyhow, let's get back to business. So I haven't smelled this and I'm very excited to because I like oud. Now, I don't like oud like every day. Oud is one of those things that, you really want to smell and you really enjoy it when you do. But it can get overwhelming over time. Having said that, my husband wears oud fragrance. I don't think he has smelled this since I haven't smelled it either. I think he has the Tom 4 oud something. I'm bad with names. So I like oud and I like oud in man. Of course, now I'm sure this is going to be described. Yeah, it's described for woman and man. We discussed this on my videos previously. I prefer when they say it's for men or for women, and then men and women can wear it. But yeah, they say it is for women and men. All right, and yes, there's a whole argument that can be made. Anywho, so Initio Parfums Prives, the house, right? I don't know if I have to mention this or if this is the first time you heard about the house, is all the fragrances within the house, and I have smelled now over, I think, 8 or 10. They are explosive, intense. They're no shy by any means. You smell them and you smell them. You're like, whoa, what is that? So they make an explosion. And each has its lane. They're not similar. They're very different. And they create sort of a cloud around you. So it's not something that you smell and it's here and it leaves a little lingering. No, you spray it. Even if I just spray it in one spot, it just creates something where you own or become or are part of. And then anywhere you go is fragrances that have, what do you call that, expansion to them. So it's not a fragrance that you can be understated. It's a fragrance that where you go, it will be smell and what's the word? It has that expansion, me with words. So let's smell this one. And this is for, one that I just love was the Atomic Rose, and it was about rose. And that atomic rose, right? That's, but each have their own little lane. So today we're going to talk about Oud for Greatness. They have another one that is Oud for Happiness, which I'm very curious, of course, to try. But this one came in the set, and this one is the best seller, right? Oof, they're known for it. So, oh my goodness gracious, I'm already loving it. It's beautiful. So, that's a funny word to use, beautiful, when this is like elegance masculine. Yes, it can be worn for a woman. Yes, yes, yes. But a little reading from Fragrantica because it's small. Oud for Greatness by Initio Parfum Prives is a fragrance for women and men. I already said that. This is a new fragrance. Oud for Greatness was launched in 2018. Oh, it didn't say who was behind it. I like to sometimes read that, maybe in their website. But anyhow, so I just want to say the top notes is saffron, nutmeg, and lavender. The middle notes is Agar wood, which is oud, and the base is patchouli and musk. Listen, it's a combination that I would never have thought of, I don't think. I mean, saffron, lavender, nutmeg. I mean, it's just, well, let's continue, right? Because if you're like me, that we can't really identify the fragrances, then it's not that much fun to hear about them, right? So let's spray it, because I was going to say the main accord, but let's spray it first. Oh my God, it smells nice. But I'll tell you what it smells like, and I haven't sprayed it, it's just from the bottle. I don't know why it brings me back to 80s, 90s, the elegant man. You know, I'm thinking Gucci, I'm thinking, you know, when, you know, I'm thinking Chanel, but without going to those fragrances. I'm just saying that era where the celebrities were bigger than life. I mean, like Hollywood, sort of that kind of, you saw something and it represented so many things. Well, it brings me to a very elegant man, even with the big ring, gold ring, or whatever. I don't know what I'm thinking, but it just, that eccentric, elegant, wealthy man. I don't think of a woman with this fragrance, but nowadays, maybe. Let's see. So I'm going to spray it a little bit. Oh my God. I want my husband to try this and see if he likes it. Maybe I'll upgrade you with that. Yes. I feel like that dog in the cartoons. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness. All right. So whatever I just said about the elegant man from the 80s and 90s, scratch that, because now we got into the motor of the race car. This is Initio for you. An explosion. No shyness. It just go somewhere. And so from here is that kind of elegance fragrance that I described, but now that I put it on, oh no, it takes you to the heart. To the heart of what? I'm not sure, but it just takes you in. Oh my goodness, no wonder is a bestseller. I mean, I'm not exaggerating, guys. I'm not acting out. This is true reaction. Oh, wow. All right, which man will be men enough, own this and wear it? Jesus, it's like putting a red pair of pants, you know, with a black shirt, I think in Versace with gold, you know, like you own it. I mean, if you're gonna wear it, you own it. No shyness. That's these fragrances. And this doesn't mean that an elegant man with a navy suit, very perfect and understated in his whereabouts, wouldn't be able to wear this, but you have to own it, because just like those accessories, it will be noted. It will be noted. Oh my God. Definitely seduction, sort of. Yeah. If you want to go out and get a woman, talking about male, whew, and I guess a female too. All right. Main accords. Warm, spicy, fresh, spicy, oud, lavender, patchouli, musky, leather, woody, earthy, tobacco. Many ingredients, and if you've been with me and seen other episodes, I'm not very fond of many ingredients. I prefer less. However, in this case, I do feel a lot of these ingredients kind of go together. I mean, when you're talking leather, woody, earthy, tobacco, right? Sort of. And then, of course, you have the leather, which I love leather. I actually have some leather fragrances that I don't wear on its own. I like them combined with others, especially with white florals. So the fact that it has leather sort of mixed in there, I know it grabs you. It gives you that warmth, longevity, like an old, leather bag that just lasts forever. It gives you that aging longevity, nothing happens to it sort of thing. And then lavender, which is soothing, and then the warm spice, ay Dios mío, many things, but I can see how they did a great job. All right, so let me go to the website, and then I'll tell you who do I recommend this to and what would I use it for, which I sort of already kind of tell you, but this is a nice way to structure the videos of fragrance, right? And I hope you learning a little bit with me, because I'm learning too. So if you've seen my other videos on Initio website has a little poetic, a little short something for each of the fragrances. And I think I'm going to list it down below. I think these are important because they're so poetic. I think it grabs you in that experience of the fragrance. And I don't know if it translates to video, what I'm experiencing by smelling it. But here you go. Oud for Greatness breathes out a force of nature, the wake of greatness. The natural essence of Oud Wood has been perfected to this pitch. Handle it with majesty and brutality in this bold formula, scarcely highlighted by Patchouli and Musk. You see the choice of words? I mean, handle with majesty and brutality. I mean, the combination of words, I'm telling you, I like the poetic way that they write. Is yes, one of you said, well, what does that tell you about what it smells like? Yes, no, I mean, it's very hard to translate what things smell like or taste like, right? You know, how would you describe the taste of an apple? How would you describe the taste of a prune? I mean, unless you taste it and you experience it for yourself. But this poetic, especially in Initio, not in all websites, because a lot of them are very marketing, but in this case, you know, when you go into majestic and brutality, there's this, well, that the words convey to me, that's this fragrance. Now it says highlighted by Patchouli and Musk. Yeah, that you don't know, because you don't know how they mix them. Even if you know the smell of Patchouli and Musk, you know, they change once you put it all together, right? So it keeps ending, astonishing fresh lavender and spicy nutmeg, saffron, and enchanting, thrilling perfume that makes all our dreams of greatness possible. I would agree with that. It's a greatness, sort of. And what did I mean by that? When you smell it, you want to go higher. You want to be better. You want to raise to the occasion. That makes sense? Like if I'm just going to be laying around the house or going to a cookout or have a business meeting, you know, that we're all gathering and nurturing and, you know, I wouldn't wear this. This is, we're going to do better. And you want to own that, and you even walk straighter. And so it's not a relaxing kind of thing. And having said that, like I can see a lawyer wearing this. I can see a businessman, you know, in the financial. I wouldn't say a banker because it will be too invasive. And, you know, you don't want to be in an office and everybody knows, unless you're the boss or the owner. You know, the boss and the owner entering, and they'll linger this behind. You're like, yeah, that's the smell of greatness and powerful and wealth and knows what they're doing, sort of thing. However, you can also steer it to a night out, and the same thing, that kind of seduction where you own it and you're fun and you're interesting and you're wealthy and you're elegant. And wealthy, I mean, it's just an appearance, right? That's what I see. Like if you're gonna invite me out in a picnic or luncheon or whatever as a male, and you bring this on, that would be a little too much. I'd be like, ooh, you know, yeah, that would be a little too much. Even if we went in a yacht, you know, in a boat in the ocean, because I live in Miami, too much. Yeah, too much. And I'm sure there's men that wear it there in a yacht because it's elegant and it's wealthy and they can do whatever hell they want. But no, I wouldn't wear it for those things. I think a nice restaurant dinner, yes. Fun out, yes. Business in an elegant, we're gonna bring it up a notch, yes. And of course, yeah, I see it for older men or for younger men, but younger that really owns it, because it's a strong Well, now that it's subdued a little, that it has transformed, it came down, that boom in your face that I first described has settled a little bit. So now it's not a punch in your face, a nice punch in your face. It's almost like when somebody turns and grabs you from the collar and they're like, are you listening to me? That was the first, when I first smelled it. It was like, yeah, I am listening. But now it's settling down, more like when I smelled it from here, the elegant sort of thing. So I hope this is helpful, guys. I mean, sometimes I feel silly, right? I mean, how am I going to convey what the fragrance smells like? And I try to think, why did I got and like the ones that I did watch? Trying to really get what it smelled like. So in that note is oud, but is oud kind of open up and all the things that I already described. Lovely, very lovely. These fragrances are expensive. I think this one, the 90 millimeters is 375 and the 10 millimeters is 79. So you can get this for 79, which is lovely. And it will last you, definitely. And so, because you don't have to wear a lot. I wear very little. My fragrances last forever. Of course, I have many, but anyhow. So would I recommend somebody to buy it? Absolutely. It's lovely under everything I explained. You know, you can't be shy with this. So that might be the only reason perhaps I wouldn't buy it. Like, it's too much. When would I have the courage to just be like, here I am? And so even for my husband, probably I wouldn't give it to him for that reason. We'll see. I'm going to show it to him. Because it's one of those, not understated. But if you can own a fragrance and you just want to be with it, I think it's great. It's lovely. And I think the more you smell it, like if you're not used to this kind of niche fragrance that are punchy and strong, and then on top, this is the Initio strong in your face. Like, if you're not used to these things, when you first smell it, you'll be like, wow, too much. But I think it's one of those smells that the more you get to know it, the more you get used to that strong, the more you miss it when you don't have it, the more you want it. So it's one of those things, one of those sunshine things. Like the sun, when it hits your eyes, you're like, but then you see all the benefits from it and you're like, yeah, I can be outdoorsy for a little bit, and then you miss the sun, right, when you don't have it. Of course, there's biology and biochemical also benefits to the sun, so it doesn't compare. This is just a fragrance, but you know the metaphor I'm making. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little entertaining. And if you know this fragrance, if you have smelled this fragrance, please comment below. I want to hear what your description is. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it this minute. The bell on the right hand corner, thumbs up, and comment below. And thank you very much for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.